Alright, and so pretty much at UKC I did pretty badly at FMC except for 137 single, and Ollie did better than me, which is awful, so I decided I'd practice FMC. So I tried to do a few FMC attempts and I learnt some techniques, and I'd like to talk about some attempts I've done. So this first one's a 34, so I'll do scramble first. So when I started I kind of saw this block pretty fast. Yeah, and so I was going to make this block, so it's a 2x2x2 and it uses this and this, and I use placing this edge in to do this, so it's a 5 move block, so pretty much when I place this in, this can join up and it's going to work in my favour later. So I insert this here with I drop one, that's a 5 move 2x2x2. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this pair. I actually noticed it happened like after, but what I was aiming to do was make this pair because this was here. And then I just did this. So that was 11 moves to 2x2x3. Not normally great, but then I just did RB2 R prime to insert this, and I had 14 moves to F12 -1, which is pretty good. So I experimented with inserting this pair, but I just couldn't find anything good. So I'm just gonna, sorry, I'm looking for the camera at the moment. Instead, what I did was I took everything I'd already done and inverted it. So I'm just gonna do the moves. I'm not gonna say them. And then I did the scramble backwards. And then miraculously all of this was still here. Now what I found is if I did the pair like this, I could do edge control with this algorithm, and this left 3 corners to be solved. So I didn't actually solve the one here, but I inverted what I did on the what I did was I did the normal scramble. And then I did everything I did here, and then the inverse of everything I did on the inverse scramble. And so that backwards was and that also left 3 corners, but I had to label them, so I had to do this on the normal first. And so I labelled this as 1, and then I had to go to here, so 2, 3. And so I'm not gonna, I couldn't find I've just messed this up. Pretty much I couldn't find a good place to insert it that would cancel moves. But I didn't want to do it there because it wasn't a pure commutator, which meant it would be more than 8 moves. And so I knew at this point I was getting it at 34 at most. So I went through my solution and tried to find a place where I could do an 8 move commutator. And that happened to be here, and so I did it here. And then if I do this, and it just kind of forces the last player skip, and that was a 34. So this one was my PD, 31. So I actually started on the inverse here, and so I'll just do that. So this is actually a pretty bad scramble. So my first block was I paired these up and then placed this down here, and then this joined up with this like this, and then D2R makes a 2x2. Now, couldn't really find anything good here, so I just solved my cube. Oops. And so I just did the inverse of everything I'd just done, and then I did the normal scramble. Mess it up. Oops. So what I did next was something pretty weird. This isn't technically a block, but it works. I did U2 L prime, U2 L prime, and I treated this as a block. Now you could say it's not a block, but I actually did something kind of cool here, and I'm happy I figured it out. And bear with me while I do this. So this block needs to do an L prime to be solved, and so I did an L prime, then the inverse of everything I'd done on the inverse angle, then the normal scramble, and then U2 L prime, U2 L prime. Miraculously, this is a block now. Now all I noted here, it was that I was going to have to add some more stuff at the end. Now here I just finished my F2L. Which, give me a second. So what I did was this, and there's a pair here, and then I did this pair. And miraculously, 3 corners. So my solution, I did U2, L prime, U2, L prime, U2 cancelling into the commutator, which cancelled another move over here. Undid this, and then just the moves I'd done on the inverse scramble, and it was miraculously done. So overall this was a 31 move solution on a pretty bad scramble, and I'm happy I found it. So yep, FMC's fun. If you want to get good at it, it's incredibly easy, so yeah. Hopefully I can do well next time I compete in FMC.